Hey, welcome back. I just unboxed this, but it had some private info in there, so now I'm doing a fake unboxing, admittedly so. This is a Gareth Bull Spiro Shamwari 3-inch, and I'm very excited to have it. I won't go into it, but it has been quite the saga trying to find one of these, and yeah, finally got one. This one is a basically like new / new example. And this is what the hype is all about, is this spirography, I don't know, spirograph pivot hardware that also acts as the lock bar stop. What's the term for that? It just slipped my mind. Yeah, these are all the rage. This is one, I think it was from a drop in December of 2022. They did some washer Cheka blades, kind of like a spear point versions of these. See how it goes. I've had a couple of these that had varying detents, so I'm a little wary here. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That was fantastic. Looks absolutely beautiful. You can see that spear point style blade there where it kind of drops down, sort of like almost kind of like a sheep's foot, but not quite. And perfectly sharp. No scratches on the blade or anything like that. You obviously are very hard pressed to get one of these on the drops. They'll do like 11 at a time, and 500 people will put their names in for them. Oh yeah, this one's like not broken in at all. Whew, sweet. Ooh, that is really nice. Oh, the action is freaking perfect. Oh man, look at that. It's already starting to, I'm not gonna say break in, but I'm starting to get used to it. And that is a thing of beauty. It is so smooth. Man, that is like really smooth. And the detent's not too strong on this one. I got one of the 3.3 on washers that came from like a March drop, I think it was, or February. I don't know what it was. Drop point, I believe. And they were really hard on the detent. I was just really disappointed. I could barely do it. Maybe it was I was somehow doing lock bar pressure wrong, but the other ones I've had haven't had an issue with lock bar pressure. So I don't know. I felt like I actually got two from that batch and they both had the same issue. This one is a 3-inch on bearings. It's a 2017 model, so it's been nicely broken in. And yeah, that one is brilliant. These are not cheap. These are $1,100 at table, and the secondary market's insane. They'll sell for $2,000. I've seen them sell for, on the 3.3, I've seen them sell for like $2,200 to $2,500 during the market hype. I think right now a reasonable like $1,900 is like pretty common. I was able to get it for a little less, luckily, so thank you to the seller. But man, these things go for a lot over table, and they have been for a very long time. They are just very hard to get a hold of, particularly in this Spiro. Now this is the bullseye style pivot. Not quite as I don't know if the word is elegant or decorative, but you can see some of the changes that have happened from this 2017 variant. It's a little more texturized, so a little bit of a different finish here. This looks like more of a bead blast finish. Very similar on the blades, actually, in terms of how they do the hand rub blade. They're quite similar. This one is a drop point versus this one's the Cheka blade shape. But yeah, the blades are very similar for being such a long time apart. I guess they felt like they had it, and why change something that's working, right? I'm curious how the jimping compares on the blade from one to the other. Pretty similar on that too. I love the jimping on these. I think they're really good. Not too rough, not too light. Blade stock thickness looks like it's pretty much the same as far as I can tell. The hardware on the back is different. This one was anodized, this one's not. The pocket clips look somewhat similar, but maybe this older one's a little taller now. No, those are pretty much the same. There's like a thinner version of the bull Shamwari that I think has like a slightly shorter, if you will, pocket clip. It's just a beautifully milled pocket clip with kind of hidden hardware in there. You can see the hardware is back inside underneath the pocket clip there. Yeah, it's quite nice. So you basically get one screw on each side. Well, two screws on this side because of the pivot, but one screw outside of the pivot that really shows. Ooh, don't do that. That's what I get. Looking at the camera does make handling knives quite tricky, I find. Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. So, is it worth the hype? Is it worth the money? I would say it is very hard to find a knife with this kind of fit and finish and action for any price. So I'd say, you know, given the limitation of how many there are, so the rarity, the execution, I love it at table. Like 1100 sounds like a lot for a little tiny 2.5 ounce knife or whatever it is. Let's go ahead and do a weigh-in, actually. That'll be kind of interesting. For sure, but I do not mind the idea of paying 1100 for this. Obviously, I just paid a lot more than that, unfortunately. 2.5 ounces on the button. Wow, crazy. For a 3-inch blade, 2.45 on the older one there. So yeah, I do think they're worth it as a collector. I would not say it's like objectively worth it compared to, you know, a knife like this guy, the TW Price Dawn at $295. Is it 3 times better, 4 times better? No. But it's definitely smoother and more refined, and you can feel the difference without any question. It totally feels different. It's the smoothest operating knife that I think I've ever felt. Pairs very nicely with my, just slipped my mind, Smooth Precision pen here, actually. That's pretty cool. Just noticed that as it was sitting over here. Yeah, glad to have it. I think that's about all for now. I've done some other Gareth Bull Sham unboxings, but it's just really nice to get a nice one like this in the collection. And I'm really pleased to have it. So please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.